Hello. Alan, hello, welcome in. Oh, I had to close the door. How is everyone doing today? I'm excited to get back into this. I know the stream is a little later than I said it was going to be, but then also it's going to be shorter. Sorry. It just worked with my schedule, and my very gracious wife's schedule. So this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna do it. Wild, welcome in. Got D&D in a bit? Let's go, Alan. This is like a campaign you've been playing for a while, right? We're gonna pretty much jump into it pretty quickly since we don't have but so much time today. We are gonna wait for our wives to arrive, but I'll go ahead and boot up the game and all of that. Let me pause that music, and now we're gonna actually have the game. You'll be playing Baldur's 3 in Solidarity? How far are you in this current run you're in? I think, yeah, this is it. This is it. Oh, this is a one-shot? The other campaign is next week. What's this one-shot about? I love, like, I did one-shot one time. One. And it was good. I liked it. Current solo game is in early act 3. Okay. Oh, just about to go into the city proper. What is your character build? Oh, at the brothel? I love the brothel. That's so fun. Wait, is it your first time? No, this is not your first time because you said current one. Not even talking about the game. Exactly, barely. Welcome in. Magic sorcerer. Wow. Wow, that's so fun. That's fun. Yeah. You're fine, Beth. I kind of don't remember me standing right here, but, you know, I guess if this is where we were, this is where we were.
Light on my feet.
Hello, bees.
Hello, bees. Hello, wifey. Since you don't have a sound. Entrance sound.
We gotta get them Discord Nitro.
Yeah, we do.
I don't have an intro. Also, I somehow just got 2 ads in a row on your channel. Like, it brought me out for about 10 seconds and then put me right back in.
I hate that. I'll look into that later.
Ash, I think we have the Prime available.
I used it for Kate, so maybe?
Oh, okay.
Wild magic surges happen when I cast spells sometimes and do chaotic things. It's very silly. I love to hear that. Oh, that's hopefully gonna be our run a little bit.
Yes, exactly.
Chaotic things happening all the time.
I need NVIDIA to stop taking over my settings for this game.
Thank you for giving your
Every time I
daily
launch
star
it,
candy.
Yeet it into the sun.
You're now playing a drow rogue assassin. That literally sounds like my brand. I'm trying to branch out. But I won't know.
You're not on
Hi,
mine on
Maggie.
Steam.
What?
I mean, I assume because I can't see your save.
Hello.
Join. There we go.
Yeah.
I almost I clicked into the thing to like look for friends lobbies, and one popped up, and I almost just immediately clicked on it, and then I was like, "Wait, that's Wild playing. That's not Kira."
That's
So
not
Wild,
my
I almost tried
lobby.
to crash your game. Let me in.
Sup?
Let me into
Just
the
come and say, hey, I
world.
gotta go and do stuff.
I-
I hope going to do stuff is good.
Yeah, we always hope stuff is good.
Stuff and things.
But Alan, that's so cool. You're not gonna know much until you start. I feel like that's extra fun sometimes. Why will Thomas reply to you verbally? That's so funny.
Yeah, we have 2 drow in the party, so we can see real well in dark places.
Yeah.
So well.
That's what I really like. I like about one of the many things I like about drows. Very useful. All right.
Where the hell am I? What is happening? Okay.
Yeah, I was in there too. I don't know why. I guess maybe that's the way we need to go, is through that door.
I don't even know what we were doing, honestly.
Well, I know we came in here to explore, and
I think we did go through here. Let me see what we were doing.
We just met Weathers is what happened.
Oh, that's right. Yep. So we just did all this stuff.
We went through that door already? You switched to... Oh gosh.
Not yet.
Azamar Cleric. If we don't have any healers, yeah. Kate, welcome in. We need to
don't have
have
any
no
mods
mods.
Wild. Yeah.
I need to be
Not
advised
currently, yeah.
about mods eventually. Speaking of withers,
This place wasn't built for the living.
thank you for the lurky. Oh, is this the fire room?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, currently on event. Hold on. Please hold. Okay.
Watch where you go. There's a trap.
Oh god! What is happening?
Nah, it's fine.
Well.
Well, just help me up in a second, you know, no rush.
There we go. Okay. Now it's safe. Boink. And boink. Oh.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot, I feel like.
Time to get going. Better than nothing.
Alright, alright. Oh, do we have to get this
Anyway.
door? The door past here. Alright, well, we're running. Oh, wow. Perception
door over
failed a
there.
lot there. Oh.
Be wary.
Okay, you got one?
Place is trapped.
Let's go.
I can't do anything with it though, because we don't have a trap disarm toolkit anymore.
Oh,
wait,
no. We
there's
have
a
a
chest
key.
Yeah, there's a
There we
chest
go.
here.
There's a trap.
I almost got really excited. Hey, a trap disarm toolkit. How useful.
I ain't noticing nothing. I can't see in the dark,
I
but I got voice chat.
almost got really excited that I had arrows because I was thinking I was Avi. Wrong game.
Mm.
You're playing Avi for so long. Oh no.
Nope. Bad roll. I'm not a lockpick. I just thought it'd be fun.
Don't give me trouble now.
Let me try. Add my advantage bonus. Heck yeah, I did it!
Nice.
Let's go.
I'm the lockpick.
I will be once I take rogue, but I'm not quite there yet.
Yeah, I mean, Ash, you do have the highest dex right now, so you should still be our lockpick.
Lockpick. Oh,
I also absolutely. Yay, we made it. I also absolutely get bonuses to everything that I'm not proficient in because Bard. So
I think I am wild magic too. I kind of forgot what I picked.
you are. You did.
I am
Yep.
sorcerer wild magic
Yes.
as well. Wild.
Yes.
Wild is wild? How on brand?
Like I said, normally I do assassin, so I'm like, what did I pick this time?
Yeah, we made her play something new. Okay, then that's just the other way into Wither's room.
Something
Okay.
new.
Bye, Gail.
Greetings.
Greetings. Let's venture forth, companions.
If you insist. So next we'll probably want to go towards Lae'zel.
Yes,
yeah,
I
that's true.
actually like Lae'zel a lot now,
Yeah.
but I still hate Gale.
Lae'zel.
I wish we could have killed them.
I know.
It's okay though. It's okay. I won't think about it.
I mean, to be fair, you did kill him.
Touche.
I just brought him back.
And he killed me back.
Yes, he did. He killed you back.
Oh, just wait. Just wait till I get my full sorcerer powers. I am Dark Urge Chaos. Ho ho.
Are you playing Dirt?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did, in fact, tell her to play Dirge.
Amazing.
Friends.
I know you said Chaos Run, but you really mean it.
Yeah?
I mean, you do have two best friends who are
Yellow
drow,
toe,
so...
twice as ugly.
The thing's dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
Dang.
And if it escapes, how will you?
I forgot they
A guess.
are objectifying
Skull
Lae'zel like
trembles
that.
in response to the prisoner's white hot stare. Her lips don't move. Yet
She's
you hear her
hot.
voice.
She's hot.
Get rid of them.
Rather demanding for a woman in your position. Don't worry, I'll get them out of here. This creature is dangerous. Get out of here. Leave it to me. Shoot the trap down. We must kill it before it harms someone. Attack the
Trying,
tieflings. Let's do deception. I believe in myself. I believe in myself.
You're a good liar.
Always believe. Always believe.
Always believe in
She's
Kira's
right.
lying
Let's
ability.
go. We need to check out that blast.
Vic, welcome
Because
in.
I tried to shoot her down and it yelled at me.
Ow.
A
You
blast.
didn't hear it.
It said
Shook
that
our
it is
camp
too
good,
far
so we
away.
came for a look.
I may need a different weapon.
I'm in dire need of healing. Where is this camp?
Now just get closer.
Look at me.
You'd think, but
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Kira's gonna carry us
Northwest.
this entire run.
Look for Nettie. Whatever your wound, she can mend it.
And be careful. There are goblin traps everywhere.
there we go.
Oh no! After I
That may be
persuasion.
because that
After
may be
I
because you tried to shoot the thing.
look, I was already low. I'm not good on low health. All right.
All right, I'm a barbarian.
Don't worry.
My goodness, Shadowheart, why were you not following me? Oh my god. Alright. Group up now and I'll see you in a while. Yeah, I'm sure the group is too far. I have to literally bring her to us.
Yes.
Oh
Well, the
my
good news
God.
is you can just, when you're on her, you can just click on one of our portraits and then click on the ground.
I tried that. It said too far.
I'm gonna
Anyway, I'll be right back.
do this and end my turn. I will end my turn. Is this me? No, thank God.
Yeah, no, she's not going anywhere. I'm gonna have to get her. All the way across.
Um. Heck yeah! intern. I know, Wild. Look, I did all this persuasion, and then Wifey shot Lizelle down, and then we just went into battle.
You said chaos run.
I did. I'm not blaming you. I'm just explaining what happened. Whoopsie.
Genuinely, it was taking me so long, I thought that you would probably finish talking before I even got close.
I was taking my time.
Why are they not dead yet?
Who's a turn? It is y'all's turn.
Probably me, but I'm just trying to get Shadowheart to us.
Oh.
She still is too far away for me to do anything.
I didn't even realize she was in our party. I'm gonna be so real.
Yeah, that's because she stopped following me. Okay, back to Shadowheart, who, you know, has healing and shit.
Oh,
Oh!
that is
I'm
a
in
position she's in. Her poor tail. You know, I liked them. Oh, we're out of battle.
Oh yeah, apparently it gave it to me since I hit the thing. I'm gonna be sassy about it.
Picked up the apple. Oh, I need to listen.
You may as well suggest a wyvern
I was
bow to
looting.
worms. It is many things. A hatchery, a training grounds, a shelter.
Githyanki protocol is clear. When infected with a gay tadpole, we must report to Augustil for purification.
Isn't purification just...
Boy, I got some bad news for Lizelle.
Isn't
The
it...
party's full. You'll need to make room.
Yeah, it is what you think. Meet at camp.
Very well.
Shadowheart has
But
healing
heed
that's
my
more useful right now.
words. The horned ones
Yes.
mentioned a camp. One there.
We
this
need
song
healing.
Has seen Githyanki. A
We
crash
definitely
must be
need
near.
to
I must interrogate this Zoru.
get
Our
a
very lives
mod
depend
to
on it.
let even like
I
one
will be at
additional
your
party
camp.
member.
Yeah.
Do not keep me waiting.
We can maybe set that up this weekend or something. I have some
Yeah.
time.
All right, I am now going to finally
Down by the river.
bring Shadowheart to us. In theory.
I picked up
Nope,
the loot.
she's still too far away.
Could you dismiss her from her party? And then we get her back? Would that be easier?
Probably not at this point. I'm almost there.
Oh, okay.
You have to talk to them to tell them to go back to camp.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, no.
I wonder why she stopped following you.
It was because I forgot that like when we paused for a rest, it just unfollows. Or possibly when we closed for the day. I don't know which, but
It
Same
doesn't
result.
do that. No, you must have ungrouped her at some point.
Oopsie daisy.
I don't think so, but okay, there.
Now it's good.
Now heck can follow me. Okay.
Onward! I think. Yeah, we already went to the right. So to the left! Onward. I'd love to look into the mods that are like clothing mods.
There's a ton in the in-game mod library.
Yeah. The colors are the big one for me, because I think it's bullshit that you can't just paint things. So that was one of the first mods I got, was just unlimited paint, unlimited dye.
Look, I know
Let me do
there's...
shit.
Oh. I did discover a waypoint, so that's good. But yeah, Faerun colors is very good. Very good, very good. Oh, they're arguing. Oh, saving. Oh, I kind of remember this.
the bloody gate!
Ah, yes, here we go.
Nobody gets in!
Can't wait to murder him.
Templar's orders! The
pack of goblins will be on us any
Whose
second.
side are we on? Yes, and also
What's going
no.
on? Goblins are on our tail. Open the gate.
Yeah, no, I think just no.
now.
Actually.
Yeah.
Let goblins here. Where is the druid?
I mean, yes, temporarily if it benefits us.
Please.
Yeah.
There's
No matter which
time.
side you're on, Eridan's an asshole.
By the nine hells. Open the gate.
No, don't open the gate! Why would you open the gate now? After saying no.
Get him. No.
Oh, buddy, that's what you get.
You know, not one of them. They're loyal to their party, I'll give them that. Because, you know, if I was one of them, I would have slid under.
Terrible roach.
Yeah. And goodbye. Good luck, everyone. I'll shoot from
Provoke the
the
blade.
top of the wall.
Oh, I forgot about Will.
Suffer it.
I forgot he was a character. Oh.
I've actually barely played with him. I might want to bring him along, but we'll see.
I totally
Bring
forgot.
him and you can Eldritch Blast.
I do like Will.
Plus, I'm already playing a martial character, so having a... I can dash. Oh. No, I'll hide. I hide. You can't see me.
Ta-da. Oh, my earring. Where's Mr. Will? There he is.
But yeah, I've played with Shadowheart a bunch, and I've barely played with Will, so I don't really know much about his story. Aside from the hot demon, I think.
That's really all you need to know.
Except Hot Demon. Yep. Let's enter. Sorry, it took a minute.
Get to the high ground. Raiders, charge the bastards. For the absolute.
Oh!
Hey, rude.
So rude. That was like half my hit points.
Precision Firebolt, baby.
We said 27 art. Sheesh.
My sickle and sword.
Okay, Will. Holy heck.
I didn't realize how much I'd missed this game until we started playing it again.
Oh my gosh.
Oopsies.
We should get a count on how many times I die in the beginning of this game.
I will
Squishy queen.
I will send Shadowheart your way if needed. I'm gonna probably head up on top to take the one down up there and then shoot from afar.
Yeah.
Because then I have advantage from up high. I believe. The whole dancing music. Yeah, I would love that, Wild. I mean, knowing how much time I have in my life, but yes.
You'll just have to be the guest star, drop in, drop out.
Yeah, exactly. That would actually be kind of fun and chaotic in its own way as well.
I saw another game that's coming out that's very D&D based, where you like go on adventures and basically you can drop in and drop out whenever.
Oh,
But that
I wonder if that's the one that...
Wild Heart?
Maybe.
Is that
were
what it was
playing.
called?
Maybe, yeah.
I bet it is.
Ash, was it Wildheart, the one that we were playing?
Yes. That's really funny. Yeah.
I saw like a
Yes.
advertisement about it, and I was like, "That's so cute." I was like, "I love that."
Our podcast folks got to be invited by the people who created it to come and play on Creator Stage. So they were the first ones to get to play it. Which was pretty cool.
That is
Especially
really
because
cool.
It meant that they like us enough to just randomly seek us out like we don't know them. They were just like, "Hey, you guys want to come do this?"
You
And I was
like
like,
me?
"Sure, this feels important."
You like me?
Yeah. Okay. Now I hide.
Huge, huge. Oh, a critical miss! Come on! Oh, I got a good
All
one.
right, silly me. I didn't bard dance at the end of my turn.
How dare you not bird dance?
But yeah, no, Wildheart looked pretty good. It looked like a game that I wouldn't play myself alone, but that I would enjoy playing with people. Was kind of how I put it.
I agree. I agree.
Mostly because it just looks really hard to play alone. Okay, I can't do that because that requires movement.
I know. Just hit them. It's not that hard to shoot a bow and arrow, my guy.
Can I do this without hitting anybody else? How about just an old firebolt? Yeah, okay.
Let's go.
Damn, can't believe Shadowheart just left Kira on the ground like that.
I know.
I
right?
couldn't get close enough to use the healing spell that I have.
It's okay. Someone else got me up.
Yeah.
Someone who's technically our ally right now.
For the moment. I guess. Hee. Big sword. I love that big sword. That was
Yeah.
my favorite weapon when we were doing the last run, and I was itty bitty, and the sword was twice my height.
I mean, I feel like the sword is taller than she is now, which is crazy.
Yes. And that's what makes it badass. Ooh, that'd be fun, really. I like that.
You're thinking for the Origins run, you might multi-class Shadowheart from cleric to paladin? Double down on the unholy darkness. Ooh, that might be
Yeah,
fun.
we were talking about doing a run where we all play the origin character. So like instead of creating your own, you get to
That could
pick
be a lot of
one.
fun, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that could be really fun.
And like with the restriction that you can multi-class them, like you can have them be like 2 classes, but you can't change them from like their original. So like trying to like play into their like themes and stories.
Yeah. Wait, that's so fun.
Yeah, and we were all talking like about who we would want to play, and Barely was like, "Oh, I would try Shadowheart," and I was like, "Yeah, I can play Lae'zel," and Wild's like, "Karlach," and I'm like, "So we're all just going to play the characters that we're currently romancing in our
Yeah,
current
it tracks. Karlach is my favorite to play, honestly, but
You do enjoy a barb.
yeah, I enjoy hitting things, and I
We have
especially
a
enjoy
type.
hitting things with wild magic, so yeah. I just take her super wild magic and go full chaos, and it's great. Let's say... Still too far away to do much else, so...
Unfortunately, Karlach has been outcast in
The wild magic barbarian.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
Wildheart is the one with the beast spirits or whatever that you can have.
Yeah.
But there's the wild magic barbarian subclass, just like the wild magic sorcerer.
I see.
Yeah, that's the one I play. It's great.
My turn. It's almost dark yet. Just the one guy up there, and then the one org down here.
I'm barely even in this fight yet. No, that's barely. And we're already almost done. That's the problem. I feel like if we bring in other characters with mods, we're gonna have to increase difficulty. Because otherwise it'll be dull real quick.
Yeah, we didn't start bringing in more than like what the base game allowed until like a little bit later.
Yeah.
But it definitely gets like very easy once you have more because it doesn't know how to balance for that.
Yeah.
There is a mod that tries to balance it, but apparently it doesn't work super well like later in the game.
There is like just a higher difficulty setting though, right?
Yeah.
Yes, tactician.
Yeah.
That would
That was
be
the last of them.
quite a choice for us to try to run, but you know, you could.
Open the gate!
Oh, I got a recipe. Nice.
Ooh, money. Money, 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 money.
All the shit and immediately go south.
It's probably just for story progression for NPCs, but sometimes you have them for a while. Yeah. Multiplayer honor mode when? Oh, does that mean like when you die, you die? Yeah, I'd be we'd be starting over a lot.
To be fair, it's when everyone dies, so like you can
Yeah.
die and we can just get you back up.
Okay.
Children,
Touche.
you fool! We was running
Punch him, punch him,
for
punch
our
him, punch
lives.
him.
You came straight to us, and you let them take the druid too? Unbelievable!
I'm leaving before the horde shows up. One fight just ended, now you're picking another? Druid, this goblin's to take any prisoners.
Stuff
Money,
you pay me.
please.
I didn't ask for any goddamn help.
Please, you were begging me to open the gate. Anything to save yourself, you coward!
The human's eye twitches. He's about to blow.
Take a swing at the tiefling. Even done reading and I see you're flashing. I read slow, Beth.
Hell yeah.
That, I suppose.
The goblins have found us. No doubt the beasts will be back. We need to pack up and leave. Immediately!
Can I hit him again?
I wish.
Rude. What if I want to go that way? What do you mean I
First
can't?
I damn near died. I'm done with this hellhole.
Okay, bye.
Bye, bitch.
Yeah, it's a good thing we were here.
Potato.
We are literally on the same path, except you get there 2 seconds before me. And I'm like, la 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 la. And I open it, I'm like, oh, it's empty.
Glad you were here for those goblins. Picked
She's
one off
cutie.
That should have killed her, but she kept going.
Ash, I'm just sending you all of the crap to sell.
Yes, I will be very charismatic and sell everything.
Refugees,
Your
adventurers. No.
Oh wow, these are
And
horrifying.
thank you for beating. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do.
Well, it is a
The
chaos
ritual
run.
will be complete before too long. Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
I gave Shadowheart some rotten eggs. So why do I have this? You, Ash. The thieves' tools and the trapper's heart.
Heck, I'm battling.
You're in a battle.
Why?
I'm battling. There is an
What did you
assassin.
do? What? Oh, you went up to the bugbear.
I did. I forgot that that happened before I got where I was trying to go. It's fine. I got this. Critical miss. Rude.
Let's see. Five questions. Crown of Madness. How many coins do I have? Oh, I have a decent amount.
No, won't let me target. Okay, fine.
Okay, do I not wear armor at all?
No.
Do I just have to wear a shirt?
You should have or will get the ability to get a spell called Mage Armor, which
Yeah.
you'll want to use basically every day.
I do have that. I just
yeah.
forgot about it. There's
But, yeah,
gloves
as-
of missile
As you go,
snaring.
you'll get more abilities that will help.
Plus your dexterity modifier. Rain Dancer, uncommon.
Rude. I was like half my health.
Well, how much gold is it? 200? How many gold do I have? Where's my gold? I only have 36!
If you look above your items on the left there, above the like tabs, you can see it.
Oh, here. Okay.
Not what I meant to do. Whoops. Bye, healing potion.
Shiitake mushrooms, I want that.
I can probably just take him out this turn.
What you
but
do is you
just in
ask Ash
case.
to buy it for you.
Ash, can you buy
Yes.
me the fancy stuff?
I will try.
It glows, it looks like. Okay. How do we exit? Exit.
Sylvanas, guide
There we
your
go.
Oh, I leveled up! Let's go!
Hi, we rescued you.
You're in the heck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rude. I just saved your life. You're
Yeah, that's right.
so rude. Can I just kill her? I saved her, but can I kill her?
You're doing that
I mean,
to Beth. And
You
you're
can do whatever you want. You might piss off a lot of people if you do.
I can do
Me
deception. You got me. Hand the coin over and I'll be on my way.
in Final
Yeah.
Fantasy with everyone. Money, please. Money,
You know what? I've got
please.
advantage. Let's do it.
Did I do Wild Magic Barbarian so we can just be a bunch of wild magic nerds?
It worked. Give me your soul coin, ma'am.
Okay. I gained a spell.
Although very fitting for this run would be Berserker. You follow a path of untrammeled fury slick with blood as you thrill in the chaos of battle. And I don't think I've played Berserker. Maybe I have like once or twice.
Okay, let's see. Bard level 3, baby. Unless, how the heck do I multi-class?
When you go into the
Add
level up
class.
screen, yeah, there you go.
Okay, yep.
I feel like I had looked up a build that I was interested in doing, but now I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just Google. I don't have a website that I look at or anything. Mostly it goes to Reddit because everything's on Reddit.
All right, Shadowheart. I'm gonna do anything fun with her. I wonder what a cleric barbarian would be like.
Interesting.
Not very good.
Yeah. Probably not even remotely.
Of course it does. You would choose.
Oh, I wasn't sure if there was an Icy Bane's equivalent or not.
Not that I'm aware of.
They know more than I do.
How are we doing
go
on
talk
prepare
to
spells?
you.
Do I have anything else I want?
Me with my 853 hours in this
Oh,
game.
command is a good one. Bane is also a good one though.
It's a good game. It's a good game.
You! Saw you fighting those slimy bastards.
That was me.
Fancy
I'm
a
going
bowl?
to probably
Best
regret
to
this
fill
life
your
choice. but
belly
it's fine.
now, while we still can.
Not me. I much prefer roasted dwarf. Stop thinking about delicious dwarf and take the bowl. I'm not hungry.
See how you feel when your pack is empty. It'll be this or a handful of weeds.
I am a Dark Urge character.
We'll be leaving soon.
Yes, I made her do
It
Dark
isn't the
Urge.
talk of the camp. Thank goodness you came along. You're twitching something fierce, love.
Thank you,
And
Auntie.
your eyes. You look like you don't
But I
know
do
the
love spiritual
meaning of
weapon.
the
Oh, that is a
word
good one.
sleep. Auntie Ethelwyn,
Hard choices
sort
right
you
now.
out. I've lotions and potions galore.
You're picking Shadowheart spells.
Yeah.
Remember, you can swap them out anytime you want.
Yep. Yep.
Unlike Sorcerer, where you can only do it during a level up.
Aha!
Yeah, it's been a bit.
You take a sup at that and you'll feel right as rain, sweetie.
Yeah, Cleric and Wizard, you can swap spells around anytime. As long as you know.
Well, that depends. What's wrong, lovey? Then let old Auntie Ethel have a look at you.
I'll go big. I haven't
First
played big
things
yet.
First. Tell me
And
what's
herb.
at you. Oh, Petal,
Fine,
that's
still
how
won't
it
let me
starts,
in,
you know. Thinking is only a step away from doing.
Yes, Auntie.
Giant
Were
woman.
you hurt recently? An accident of some sorts? That could explain things. You poor pet. But I confess that doesn't explain all your symptoms. Some of the things you told me, why, I've never heard of a parasite doing that.
Oh no.
This is serious.
Is it,
I've
Auntie?
never a potion or lotion here that could do it, but yes, I may have something at home.
Oh, at home?
Oh, whatever do you mean, Petal?
There's a touch of the wilds about you. You have magic, but it feels unusual. Are you a sorcerer too? Have you ever accidentally blown something up?
Not at all. Wouldn't have the patience for all that magical drama.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a simple woman, sweetie. Tea and potions are as exciting as it gets for these old bones. Why don't you come see for yourself? My home ain't far, and I'll be there sharpish. Here, I'll mark it on your map.
How thoughtful of you, Auntie. Marking your
Now,
house
do you
on a
need
map.
anything? I have a few odds and ends for sale. Nay, bother.
Ooh. I like the other one better. Potion of invisibility for 10 turns. Oh, there's... Oh, I thought that was rope. I don't need it.
Be careful on the road.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
Those goblins
Brave
will
to
rule
walk
the-
around
you
without
and I
hiding
will
my
do-
heritage, huh? Well, you know, that's just how it is, buddy.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins.
Hello, friend. I've come to sell
If you
you
need to
many,
replace
many
any gear,
things.
Just ask. My selection's pretty
But
slim.
before that, I should make sure
I
I've
had to
got all the
leave
gear
most
I
of my
want.
equipment in Elturel. Of sorts. Used to be a bread and butter tinsmith before Elturel fell into Avernus. These days, my talents are more.
I wish we could date
Eclectic.
NPCs
Learned a lot in my time
that
in the
are
house.
not in
Hope to forget most of it.
the selected party.
But between you and me, there's nothing in all the realms like the utter power of infernal machinery. Alas, my offerings are far more humble these days.
Wow, there's a lot here too. I didn't realize there were so many
Vendors.
Thank you. My brain said nope. Oh, there's a good rapier over here. Okay.
I miss my forge.
I'm gonna go over here.
How long do you think we've got before the goblins come?
Not long, probably.
Goblins, druids. Grab what you can and get out.
You ain't gonna shoot me. Your hands are shaking.
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's the point. Get out of the way.
She didn't kill your brother, Arca. You're better than this.
Your mind wanders. If the crossbow
Like I got a
bolt
longer bow
shot
at
through
some
her
point.
mouth, would she taste the metal before she died?
Would she taste
Shoot before you lose your nerve, Tiefling. If you ever had it to begin with.
Shut up, those words could be your last. Step between the crossbow and the goblin. This is wrong, isn't it? Stand back and admire the guard's overflowing hate. Absolutely.
Doesn't matter if you kill me. I'm chosen by the absolute I am. I'm blessed.
Here it comes, you little beast. Where are my boots?
There we go. She's gone. Yep. Oh. Oh, I was about to say, something's on fire. It's literally your flaming sword. Oh. Hold on, I'll close it back. I apologize. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to expose us like that. It's immune to slashing. I can unlock it.
Because I can't break it. Give me those.
There's no prisoner in this one.
That's where we would go if we got caught stealing or something.
Oh.
Yeah, I have definitely ended up there. For reasons.
I did our first run.
I think you did.
Because I stole from someone.
That's my goblin now.
Oh, you like picked up the whole goblin. Let's close it to act like oh.
Oh, my
We
game
can't.
froze.
Oh.
Yeah, my game completely froze.
Let this stop.
I will have to leave and come back.
We will still be in this area.
It really didn't like me selling things.
Rude, we need money.
I know.
It said too much. What's in here? I don't think I've ever been in here. Oh. If I unlock this, am I going to jail is the question.
You see how it's red when you hover over it?
Yeah.
That's your answer.
Pauldrina. Is there another way in? There is.
Why can I not find my
shadow
game icon? Here we go.
Let's try. Let's see if I can do this.
Also remember, as the host of the game, you have all control over saving.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I don't think you don't have function keys on your keyboard, right? We went over that.
Yeah.
Because the normal keybind for quick save is F5. You can rebind it to something.
Oh, what is this?
Door.
Ooh. What is that? Oh, that's what that. That's what that. That's what that.
That's what that. Yep, that is what that.
Holy, that's
As
what
a
that.
matter of fact.
It's 65. We are sneaky. Sneaky snakes.
Okay, now you can safely come over.
Oh no.
You gotta let me in too. Yeah, okay, here we go.
Kill him!
Why is he under here? Oh, critical miss. Oh, they killed someone. Oh, they're not dead yet. I lied. They're not dead yet.
I'm ensnared.
Oh.
Oh, thank you.
I got you.
Yes, yes, I know. I'm not the only one in need anyway.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay, okay. That's all I can do. I'm sorry. I was thinking.
No, you're totally fine.
Bye, Alan. Hope D&D goes well.
Oh, why am I having trouble? Make me do this all over again. I don't think this trader likes me very much.
Shit.
I can...
Oh, I saved.
Open my menu. It's like my mouse where it's clicking is not actually clicking there, and so I can't get it to click at the right place to actually do things.
Weird.
So I can't open my own menu.
Oh.
Or exit.
Throw him off the ledge. Throw him off the ledge. Oh, you're gonna hit him. Hit a bitch with another bitch.
There we go.
Yeah.
Soul Leader vibes. Oh. Hi, welcome in. It's so nice to see you. How are you? I know, right? Surprise. What was
oh
that?
my god, I missed you. What the hell? Ugh, well, now I'm gonna jump into it.
Yeah, please.
I was supposed to hit you, heal you, and get you up.
It's okay. Oh. Hey, Ash. How's your game going?
Yeah, I'm just buying you things. Selling things and buying things.
I'm glad you're good. It is nice to be back. Oh, thank you. Let me hopefully not get down in 2 seconds. That's their companion?
Yeah, that's their warg.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I do have a large potion of healing, but I'm down again.
Okay, now this person has no more gold to give me, so I can buy things. Let's see, which one were you after? The staff?
The first guy in there, the staff, but we might need your help.
Yeah, the rain dancer?
Yeah, I guess so. It looks like it has a little leaf on the top.
Ooh, heavy just.
Baldur's Gate is treating us decently right now. I'm a sorcerer, so I'm super squishy, but we're here. I'll become more powerful soon. I just gotta be patient. Oh, okay.
How much gold do I have now? How much gold do I have?
This is why I normally go for like a rogue or a ranger or something, you know? Frog, hello, welcome in. So nice to see you. 1 up, 1 down right now. Let's go. Not bad odds. Not bad odds.
Oops, I'm naked. It's fine.
Nikki?
I'm just selling the things that are on me, so, you know, it happens. Am I gonna get the fire arrow? You bet I'm gonna get the fire arrow. Who am I?
They're so scared of you, Beth. They keep running.
As they should be.
Oh, throw him. Oh! I didn't know you could do that! You really threw him! Hey,
We're fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. You're fine.
I'm
You're
sure.
stabilized.
I'm
You're
sure
not dying
everything
anymore.
is completely fine.
I love that for me. Oh my gosh. I wish you could do like a twirling spin with your long sword and hit them both, you know? Because I feel like real life that you
can
could.
actually do that. I
What?
have a cleave action.
I now, since we started playing Baldur's Gate again, I've been getting like Baldur's Gate content, and it's been really funny because it's like they're like most of the time there's a comment. It was like a video, and it was someone who could wild shape into an owlbear. So they wild shaped, and then they took a potion to be big, and they like got twice, like 3 times big or whatever. And someone in the comments was like, I like Baldur's Gate because it's like, if you ever question, can I do this? And the answer most of the time is, yes, you can.
Should you? Different question. but you
Different
can.
question.
Yeah, you should. You should save first, but you should do it.
Thanks for the carry, Beth. You know, I would have been done a little bit better if I realized the guy wasn't gonna shoot me, but he shot me.
Have to keep going.
Yeah.
Let's talk to this
Threats
person.
are shallow.
Oh.
His wounds deep. He doesn't respond to your voice.
His head is kind of in a lot of mud.
Yeah.
Damn it,
His breaths
Shadowheart,
are
why did you
shallow.
separate from me again? Oh,
Do I have to
right.
heal
no,
him?
Yeah, see, she separates from me when I
needs to
leave.
heal.
Yeah.
So when the game closes, she does auto-separate.
How do I heal? I don't have a healing. Do you have a healing?
Hang tight, I'm coming. I have healing. Go to Shadowheart.
I have a potion of healing, but I don't have like a
I do.
Yeah.
other
What you
of
can do,
healing.
which I'm not telling you to do because Ash is on their way, is you can throw the healing potion not at him as in direct contact, but at the ground next to him so that it splashes.
I see.
Yeah.
Because he has 1 hit point, and if you hit him with the healing potion, you might kill him
That's so funny.
from a hit. Yeah.
He's probably
But that's
fine.
what I was trying to do when I
So
was
right.
trying to throw the potion at you.
But it
But
like
for some
barely
reason-
missed me
Yeah.
for some reason.
Even though I saw the indicator that it was going to hit, but whatever.
Oh. It's fine. Just
That is not
acid.
We're here.
We'll also want to probably long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if I'm gonna be healing.
Yeah,
here.
because I have no rages.
Oh, I want him healed. This guy. Right here. Mr. Fendal. Thank you.
Wait, he like
Oh,
convulsed.
thank you, thank you.
my
I
God.
thought I was gonna die down here.
How did those goblins slip into the grove? Was no one looking for you? I'm surprised the goblins didn't get you on sight. Don't think me yet. I'm here to finish what they started.
Epic.
No. I'd still be outside gathering herbs if I didn't run into the goblins. I must tell the others what happened. I step careful. There are traps in these tunnels.
Yeah, you think?
And thank you again.
Wait, no. Whatever. All right. We go off to long rest. Oh, what are you doing? Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh my gosh, there's another dead guy over there. Oh, jump to him. Ah! Holy shiitake mushrooms.
I found a key, money, and an arrow.
That was a lot going on in that second.
Oh, wait. Stop, bitch, stop.
I love this game because it's like I'm making a story, but then I turn around and there's a whole nother story going on over there. Ooh, you dug something up.
Good. Fire resistance, a whole bunch of alchemy ingredients, and a bottle of grease. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Globes of power. All right. We go back to camp. Yes?
Yeah, that'd be wise.
Go to camp. You should play again. This is the first time I'm playing it since however many years ago now? Basically when it came out. And I'm having lots of fun so
Hey
far.
there, Mr. King. Hello.
One day I'll catch a break.
Is your brother
We'll
eating his
give
own
him
food
more.
or being
Interested in
very
magic,
rude
are
and
you?
not letting you steal it?
Oh,
Yeah.
I do apologize. I meant to ask.
King's
are you
life is very
studied
hard.
in
Feed
magic?
him. No one ever
Namely,
feeds him.
are you a wizard?
Never.
Which you are not. If you meet any elder wizards, let me know. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Let's say I have violent thoughts.
Oops, I didn't mean to
Nope.
drink
My
that, but
memories. Nope. Okay. I thought it'd be like, hey, I kind of have violent thoughts about you, but it wouldn't let me do that. So I'll just leave. He leaves. All right. Let's long rest. Oh. What? Okay. Is someone talking?
Huh?
Oh, you guys are. There's talking
Oh, yeah.
happening.
Yes.
It's like you can't fast travel. What do you mean? I'm right
I'm fighting
here.
with Lae'zel. It's fine.
Oh.
I'm not actually. Well, no, we're a little bit fighting. She's insulting me, and I'm going, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay, Lae'zel. I'll introduce myself to him.
I'm being extremely snarky.
I like it. Oh, what's to tell?
I don't think I'm
I'm
gonna
a magistrate
intentionally
back in
romance
the city.
anyone. I'm just gonna
Also
like answer how I would answer and see what happens.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't really know who this character is yet in my head, so don't know how that's gonna go.
Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each crash can.
Ooh, she's a yapper for sure. She's the yapper of the group.
Yeah, it's still just words.
A yapper. Oh, okay. Fuck you, Shadowheart.
Yeah, you can't talk to someone when someone else has them
toggled. I forgot
Yeah.
about that. Not a good time. Okay, sheesh.
I'm busy, she
Sheesh.
says. Rude.
All right.
But for now, you're the one who's probably best suited to stick with me. We don't have Will yet, so.
Oh. Oh. His dogs are out. He's a disgusting man.
Well, someone stole his shoes.
Oh, I did steal his shoes, and I did
You
sell
did.
them. I sold them, so.
I want to steal his outfit. It's prettier than mine.
Be with you in a moment. A gentleman's only as dashing as his least groomed locus. Be that as it may.
There's literally a mirror.
Ceramorphosis. What does it make you think of?
First and foremost, that damn tadpole. Until quite recently, nothing at all. If you're about to start a lecture, I'm not interested.
Long story short, then.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks to the tadpole, we should have developed more than invasive symptoms by now. But we haven't. Our orifices remain blissfully unblooded, our heads remain clear, and our blood temperature normal. Any
Okay.
expert will agree this is abnormal.
Crazy. I came to that conclusion too.
Long live the abnormal.
Can you explain why the symptoms start showing and what makes you the expert?
Study. But what is happening, or rather not happening to us,
hate
is
him.
entirely undocumented. Uncharted territory. The silence before the storm. Something to sleep on. We should get some rest.
Yeah, but maybe first I'll steal your clothes.
Do it. But I also don't want to look at him in his undies.
Well, I'll
give him
put
someone
something
else's
else
clothes.
on him.
Okay.
If we go back to the grove,
okay.
at the entrance, there's like some ratty clothes that you can loot.
Can I forget how I take things from him. Does he have to be in the party?
Bottom left corner is the camp inventory button.
Ah, yes, indeed. Okay.
That was something that was
Oh.
added in patches, so that may not have been there when you were like actively playing it.
I remember when I was a tadpole. That's so funny.
At least you got fancy undies.
Yeah, they are. They're very
yeah,
fancy.
And I can take my fancy undies that I have from having the like collector's edition or
Here, buddy, you
whatever.
can have my terrible clothes. Have fun.
And I'm gonna take Gale's clothes. They actually
Give
look.
them back!
Oh.
Give them back!
Yeah, okay, hold on. I don't know how to take them off. Okay.
I get Shadowheart's clothes.
Add wears. Which
send to
I'm not
trio.
mad about it. I look kind of good as Shadowheart, but you know.
trio? Okay, there we go.
There we go. Let's see.
Okay, this underwear? Kind of poppin'. Excuse use. We'll put on that. Oh my gosh, how'd you get this really cute purple undies?
From having the like deluxe edition or whatever of the game. They're in my traveler's chest every time I start a game.
Shadowheart, why are you wearing no clothes? Come on. Get it together.
There, you can have these fancy undies. I just sent them to you. They're also purple.
Let's see. Yay. Fancy undies. Frog. I remember when I was a tadpole.
Poor thing. I don't think I stole it.
Who stole what?
Shadowheart's clothes.
Oh, I have them.
Yeah.
She has no clothes.
She's okay.
She doesn't need clothes.
Yeah, she's great over here.
You can have my clothes.
Well, yes, but you didn't give them to her, so she had none.
Well, now she does. I just can't do. There you go.
Thank you for your daily star candy. All right, we're going to bed all. We're going to bed.
We're done playing dress up.
No more dress up.
Oh, if you didn't take it already, I got your staff.
Oh, I didn't. I don't know how to take it. Why the hecky is he snaking around?
He's hungry.
I think I can just give it to you.
Right click, send to Luia.
Yes, there we go.
Oh, oh my god, she's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, back to the cave we go. Back to the cave.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Right. How I forget how I leave. Fine. There we go.
The same way you enter.
Holy sheesh. Oh, don't hit those. They blow up.
Well, if you hit them, they'll just leak everywhere. If I hit them with my flaming sword, then yes, they will blow up.
Nature's. I just got another staff. That's fun. But
after I spent all of our money on you.
Well, they're too different.
Whoopee.
Fly trap. Enhance to ensnare target. If it's not a plant or beast. Create water. I like the create water one more. I like the one wifey gifted me more.
Who wants?
Well, whichever you don't use, we might be able to use on Will. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna send my scrolls to Shadowheart because I'm not gonna use them.
That's fair.
Ooh. Wow, where are we now?
Somewhere with goblin tracks, I guess.
Outside the grove.
Oh, wow.
Something good here, I hope.
Oh, wow. I see.
Yeah.
Can we go back in the front door?
Yeah, you just walk up to it, it'll open.
Oh.
Not enough resources. Not enough resources to what? Walk through a door?
It's a, I don't know about that.
That's just there. Yeah, one of these chests up here in the wagon has ratty old clothes we can give to Gale so he's not naked.
He has my old clothes right now, I think.
Yes, we should give him ratty clothes.
Yes.
Scruffy
No,
vagabond.
This is true. We absolutely should.
Ready.
And Gale. Anybody want an old
Go on.
floppy hat?
Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
Oh.
I can't.
Umi, you just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you.
You saw
can do
nothing. You
this.
saw nothing. I wasn't sneaking around. What are you talking about?
You're on the right path, Umi.
You.
Well met.
The man's smile bends downward. You are the blade of frontiers racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held.
Oh, I forgot it tells you this early, kind of.
Hell's great fires.
What's going
You
on
were
with
the
him?
ship. You saw her then. Advocatus Diaboli.
Advocatus Diaboli.
Oh, success!
No!
A champion in the blood war between diabolical forces and demons.
Her name is Karlach, an archdevil
my way out
soldier
of
I
it. I'm a
swore
bard.
my good eye to kill.
Oh,
I
oh,
tracked her through the hells
strange.
to the Mind Flayer ship, but the damned Illithids infected me before I could end
Lord.
her. She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses.
I forgot this storyline completely.
Fair. Yeah, you don't really care if I stole a thing from you. It's fine.
I'm up for the challenge. You've just
In my
got to make
defense,
a little
Shadowheart
space.
was in a
splendid
dialogue
plan.
with her, so I didn't think
We'll
she'd
talk more
notice,
there.
but apparently.
I have acquired will.
In that case, I would kind
Are
of
you
rather bring Will along
throwing
with us,
that?
but we can do it next time.
Okay.
They didn't like me throwing that.
Oh, is that the kid who's... No, this is the girl that steals from you down here. What are you doing, kid?
Yes.
Oh, I don't have any money or anything to sell. My partner does that. What?
Will you let me go down yet?
So don't steal anything.
Nope. Can I jump?
Something over there.
Oh.
Not a chance I'll fit in there. Not a chance I'll fit in there.
Oh no. I gotta get small to fit in there, but I don't think any of us can.
Nope. If I was a druid, I could do it.
I wish I'd taken Featherfall.
That sentence is not good for my brain. Good gravy, you gratuitous guffaws? Guffaws. It's good night time for garnish gnarly.
Garish.
Oh.
Not garnish.
Garish.
Good night,
I don't
girly.
even- Good night.
Oh. Okay. Hey, would you like to see something fun?
Your face is like, no.
Go on. Take this ring. It's lucky. You haven't seen anything yet, lady. Go on. Take the ring and watch your fortune change.
Oh. Oh, I believe in you. Oh.
You should not. We're full on inspiration. I'm rolling again.
Let's
There we
go.
Weeping, bleeding hells! Okay, maybe you don't need extra luck. But since you're already holding the thing, call it. Heads or tails.
Oh?
Hey, hold on, you gotta pay for that. Fine, keep it. Call it a sample, yeah? But you gotta at least look at the other rings, okay? I gotta eat.
Don't
You'll
have
be
to do
sorry about this, Scab. Count on it.
Like the people here are not gonna give you food, kid. Alright.
Please, let us through.
It is forbidden. Let my daughter go right now. She's a thief, hellspawn.
Oh
And you will wait
gosh.
for Korga's judgment. Now get back. Oh, let me through, Mragrashab, or I'll rip your damn throat out.
Oh no.
We need to get our...
You heard the guards.
I'd sooner trek through the 9 hells than trust that snake. Ugh.
Arabella tried to steal their idol. Druids lost their damn minds about it.
Oh, it's all my fault. I told her I wished the rip...
Now Arabella's being judged by a bunch of druids who hate us.
She's a child and druids are overreacting. I'll talk to them. You've got your work cut out for you. It's your fault. You should have tried parenting her. Ooh. Oh, that one's harsh. Thieves deserve to be punished. It's as simple as that.
We'll figure something out.
Speaking of, we don't have time to gab...
To Gabba. I ain't scared of you.
Calm, Magrin. Give her a chance. You, step back. Go join the other tieflings.
If it weren't for me, you'd be overrun by goblins by now. I'll go where I please, yeah. Fudge you.
Force my hand and I'll show you its claws.
Force my hand.
What? Oh, I understand. You. Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead.
I don't like you.
Yes, I see. And is that her with 2 eyes or what?
Oh, this guy. I forgot he existed.
You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins... A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest. I'll make it very quick. Hand to heart.
No. My character would not stand for that. Where does this go?
How do I
Oh.
switch her spells?
If you hit K, it'll open up your spell book, and then you can really
There it is. Okay, I want to check and see which other ones I have.
She must pay the price.
For no reason whatsoever.
Imprison the thief under guard of my servant. When we cast out the rest, she may join them. Let the devil be an example. We will tolerate outlanders no longer. The grove will be made safe.
I'm gonna wait here until you guys come down. Oh, this
I'm
pretty
already
lady.
down.
Oh,
I'm already down. Oh, you found her! I was gonna say hi because I'm a bard. It's more funny if you do it.
Words of mine. More like butchering.
Oh.
Don't know why I bother.
She's so cute.
No, I'm moments away from a grisly death at the hands of this bloody song.
Oh.
I can't.
She's just being dramatic.
Nothing fits, you know? True. And when you finally perfect a song, there's nothing like it. But when you're stuck and it's just getting worse, ugh. It can't hurt.
Don't do that.
I have her.
An extra
I have
loot?
An extra loot, if you want.
Okay.
My teacher, Lihala. She loved dancing. Had 2 left feet, mind. I remember waking up one night on the road and seeing her dancing beneath the stars. A huge smile on her face. Thinking of it
Aw.
now, my heart hurts. And my words just seem to crumble. Like ash. Wait. Words of mine will turn to ash. That's perfect. that it's okay. That I'll be okay. And thank you for everything. Moon, moon,
Now you being able to say that's going nowhere.
I know.
love, I can't repay. Wait.
Ooh, full cutscene. I want her outfit. So cute.
Smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will turn to ash when you call the last light down. Moon reminds me of your grace, all the love I can't repay. Rest and know that I will pray. Farewell, my dear old friend. Moon, sun, oh, remind me of your grace, faith, care, all the love
I don't think we did this last time.
I wish I had invisibility. I don't yet. I wonder if I can make everybody love me. Just... Can I just stand up here and perform? Everybody will just love me.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Alternatively, I could light the thing on fire.
Light what thing on fire?
The Idol of Sylvanas.
Oh!
She must pay the price.
You want to take
When we cast out
Wait, where are
What
you?
ask for, you know?
I thought you were
Just
down.
outside.
Oh, just outside.
we will tolerate outlanders no longer.
Performance failed. Rude.
Chaos, welcome in. Making my... Oh, I literally thought that said making my night butter. I was like, damn, you make butter?
Night butter.
I was like, damn.
Like night cheese.
What kind of butter are you making?
Lord Alfira, this is a long song.
I did, in fact, exit out. I learned to make butter in 3rd grade. I've been seeing, like, TikToks of runners putting, like, the butter mix in their little running packs and going running and making butter while they run. And I was like, that's so funny. There's an item in Final Fantasy XIV called night milk, so I guess that's what you use to make night butter. Makes perfect sense to me.
For no particular reason, you wanna save.
Okay.
No reason at all that I need to do that.
I'm gonna try something, but if it goes horribly wrong, then like we can reset.
This one is titled Wifey Says Save.
Oh, immune to sleep. Never mind. I can't make them sleep. Rude. I can make some of them sleep. It says that, but then it says I don't have a target, so I don't know.
Oh gosh, you're quite literally in the middle.
What do you mean no target? How can I? I want you to sleep. I click on it and nothing happens.
What does this idol do again?
The whole thing,
The ritual they're doing to try and seal off the grove to protect it, that idol is like the heart of that ritual.
I feel like I don't know how to cast the spell because it just says no target, even though it's like glowing when I go over it.
What are you trying to cast?
Sleep.
And like when you hover over someone, you should be able to like click on them.
If lactose wasn't
I
the
click
enemy,
and nothing happens. It
I'd
just
make run butter.
It just continues to say no target.
Can you make butter? That's like not.
Click on a second person.
The same thing.
I know that's gonna be stupid, but not like super Can you? Is there like butter that's like
As the
for lactose intolerant people?
Yeah, there's vegan butter.
Sorry, what?
The sleep spell is like you do like a combined total of 24 hit points or something. So
Oh, maybe that's why. Okay.
Yeah,
Too many hit points. Too many hit points. Too many hit points. Okay. So I did that. Can I just tell it to go when I don't use all of them yet? Finish selection. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Here we go.
But yeah.
Outlander serves Zevlor!
Oh.
The time has come. Remove the outsiders.
I do not serve Zevlor. Rude. I just was helping your person nap.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Whoops. It's fine. We don't have to keep playing this.
Oh, hold on. Oh, is he? Oh. 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 That was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can go back.
I've never seen that cutscene. 'Cause I've never tried to steal the freaking idol.
I definitely have, but I think I had a scroll of invisibility at the time,
Yeah.
so...
Hate wolves.
Wait, does that mean they killed the little girl in there too?
Probably.
Oh,
I think they kill all the tieflings if you do this. Because they think you're with them or something. Yeah, we can go back. We don't have to do this. I mean, your call, but...
I'm a reload, but
Yeah.
only because I feel like my character would have only somewhat of a soft heart to other tieflings because I'm a tiefling.
Yeah, no, that's valid. I also just didn't remember what happened if, like, I cast magic in the area, but, like, I hadn't touched the idol, but apparently any magic just makes them mad. So.
Can you actually set it on fire?
Probably. I didn't try. I just tried to put somebody to sleep.
Huh.
Hey, my performance check is successful. Everyone is throwing money at me. I love this. See? I'm just here to be adored. I'm not doing anything sus. It's fine.
Nothing. Alright, I'm gonna go try and save this child. Karlach is sadly not in here yet.
Have you lost your senses, Koga? Release her.
She stole the idol of Sylvanas.
Oh no, not this asshole. Fine, I'm a bard. I'll go talk to him.
Guard of my serpent.
Oh, the serpent.
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Koga. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat?
I don't
I
like
will
her.
imprison the devil, and I will cast out the rest.
A death viper. You've milked their poison before. A single drop of it could kill that child in a heartbeat.
Thief poison? What's this girl? Actual crime and prisoner. She's just a child. Do nothing. One of your guards outside said you wanted to see me. Here I am.
She's a parasite. She eats our food, drinks our water.
Bolo's asking
then
me
steals
questions, and
Honor's
because I'm a
holy
bard, I
idol
can just
with
make
facts.
shit up.
Like, that's so
Lock her
funny.
up. She
Absolutely
remains
insane
here
shit.
until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Neither. It was
Come,
a
Koga.
gold
Would you
dragon.
back the idol? Surely...
Do it.
The snake's hiss of approval reveals its intentions. Should the child struggle, it is poised to strike. The death of a child. A timeless tragedy that never grows old.
Click your eyes to the exit. The child will try and run. Your mind wants the snake to kill the child, but your heart doesn't. Snap out of it. Tiefling nature. Don't druids cherish harmony? Jailing the girl disrupts nature's balance. Tiefling persuasion. Release her. And I'll see she stays out of trouble. Detect thoughts. Let's try persuasion. Let's go.
Very well. She may go. Break your word, and my serpent shall feed. Sif, Tila to me. Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
Thank you,
I think Volo sure thing.
Master Halsin.
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
Halsin would not agree with you. Thank goodness I let the child. I don't think last time we saved the child. I think the child died last time. But I also want to kind of kill her. But she is 65. Holy cow. I don't think I can.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
protecting
just
your own.
pickpocketed this man so hard.
You don't see a monster. You just look at me through one's eyes. You are like all the rest.
What? Volo, nothing.
Where
See you
devils
later.
tread, chaos follows. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanas, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
Do what you want. That's none of my concern.
Oh, no, I have no criminal
The
things
rite
whatsoever.
of thorns. It is the Tree Father's gift
no
that
criminal.
none come to harm.
Criminal? I am
When we
scandalized.
speak the final
Oh,
prayer,
persuasion. Here we go. That's
the
the one.
great
I
vine
think.
will sprout forth. The grove will be cloaked in bramble and thorn. No one enters, no one leaves. Sanctuary.
Oh, interesting.
None of this can happen while Outlanders infect us. Sylvanas demands that we choke them out.
What?
Nat 20. I've not seen a criminal anywhere.
The metal of a skilled... I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well.
Oh my god, I got the
gone
potion
before
of
final
of
prayer.
invisibility. I
they
can
are
try to
not,
go steal the thing.
Oh, let's go.
Well, invisible. Oh, we're done here.
Then they soon know the sting of my venom. Get out. We have...
I'm gonna run to camp really quick and hide it until I need it though, because I think if it's on me, they're just gonna keep yelling at
Please
me for
leave.
stealing things because I got stolen goods on me. But I think I can just keep it here for now and then grab it when I need it. Drake died. Okay.
Okay, let's go. Animal handling check.
Bristles. He wants to jump, wants to bite. A low growl builds in his throat.
I no
as
longer
his
have any
eyes
stolen
track
goods on
the
me. I don't know
movement
what
of
you're
your
talking about.
tail. It's agitating him. His ears twitch as you speak, but his eyes don't shift
No
from
idea.
your tail. He sees you as a threat.
Wifey is a bard.
I'm a bard rogue now.
Bard rogue. Okay,
I did
okay.
just take, yeah, I took my first level in rogue, so.
I see you. Just give me a moment.
Oh, good. Keep her busy
God,
talking
our
for a
field
second.
mouse. No one's more important than the patient in front of you.
This may be cat.
There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed?
I need help now. Healing looks like I came
I
to the
do
right
what I
person.
can. For most folks, that's enough. Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired around the eyes, maybe.
Not a good way of putting this. Tadpole in my head. Everything about me is sick. The dizzy spells, memory loss, the lithid parasite. more than tired. Something crawled into my eye.
Locked. Can I lockpick?
Crawled in?
Why not have a lockpick?
Some sort of bug?
I might not have one.
Or
You should.
wait,
I've been sending
did it
them
look
to
like
you.
a tadpole?
Maybe
But
it's
from your
Kaga's
worst
chest, so
nightmare.
I'm wondering if that's a special
All
one.
slime, teeth, and
'Cause it won't
tentacles.
give me.
You have thieves' tools.
Oh no, lockpick. Here we go. Okay. There we go. All right,
That's
there it is.
A serious condition. Come. We need to be quick. This way.
Oh no. Hey, there we go. Enough bonuses. Just enough.
Let's go, healer.
This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins.
Oh, naked on the table.
Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
The Drow and I have the same kind of parasite. I'm hoping for less grave cure. So you killed him and laid him on a table? Is everyone being captured by mind flayers these days? I didn't think this was a common
There's
experience.
someone in here. You do not see me. You do not see me.
Rather too common as of late. At least that's what Master Halsin suspected. I pity you got me instead of him.
Yeah,
He
I'm just hanging out in here, that's all.
Still
Just saying hi.
Still.
Ren!
What's up?
Let's see what we can do.
Welcome in, Ren. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm Kira. I'm a variety streamer who streams when I want to. I'm here playing Baldur's Gate with two of my best friends, Ash and Beth. How was stream? I saw you were starting.
I just wanted to read it.
Minecraft, I believe.
Sorry. I just wanted to read it. I wasn't trying to take it. Everything is fine.
I think. Hold on. Let me see. Nope. I don't know what the thing is, but if you guys have to raid and run, please do so. Go get some snacks, do whatever you gotta do, but yeah. Or you can be here for our chaos run, which is gonna be super fun. It was good. It was my first hardcore run. Does that mean that's like... Is it like on hard mode? Is that what that means? There was mining and crafting. We love it. I always wanted to get into Minecraft, but it hurts my head. But I've heard some other people say it hurts their head too. Oh, if you die, the world is dead? Okay. If you lose, you act... Oh my gosh, that's so intense. Did you get a good ways through it? Just hurry up and cure me. I don't have time to chat. What's that plant? Will it help?
It might. But first things first.
Oh gosh.
Tell me about your symptoms. Have you noticed anything strange happening?
An intellect devourer spoke to me as if it were in my own head. Fell from a ship in the sky, but something caught me. It saved my life. I can merge minds with anyone else
Victims
that's
can
infected.
identify each other. Not that the others know they're victims, of course.
Oh, you do
How'd
get
you
motion
pick up
sick
the
too,
parasite?
so you can only play for a little bit. That
Halsin
makes
was desperate
sense.
to find where all this was
You
happening.
got a little base started? Let's go. That's so exciting. On the Mind Flayer ship, I was
tried to heal the bird.
infected. I don't know. I just woke
But I
up with
couldn't
it.
heal it. Poor thing. I tried.
A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul.
Oh, thank
You
goodness.
deserve
She's
a
not gonna
chance
poke
to
me with the
save
stick.
yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
I thought you could
Oh,
cure
guys,
me.
I am stealing so many health potions for us right now. This is all I've ever wanted in my life.
Coated in a fatal toxin. It was a last
Thank you for the
resort.
lurk, Ren. I appreciate
In case I
it.
couldn't trust you. I don't have a cure. Only a way out. I'm sorry for
sheesh.
misleading you. but I had to be sure you weren't a threat. Now, do I have your word or
No
not?
one's paying any attention to me. I'm just going nuts.
Swear it.
Oh, I gotta swear? Okay, sure, I
I
swear.
hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a mind flayer infection. Then suddenly, Master Halsin and I were tracking them.
Tracking them? Oh, the door's
Trying to
opening.
figure out what the hells was going on.
Hey, what's up? I definitely wasn't stealing everything in
should
this
be a small
room.
There's something in that vessel. Take a closer look.
I heard that. What do you mean by should be changing? You must have learned something from studying them?
Mind flayers reproduce by infecting someone with their parasite. 7 gruesome
Got the
days
mind flayer
later.
parasite.
The thing in your skull, though?
I'm
It's one of their
gonna
worms for sure.
I'm gonna disappear
this one gives you
again real
powers.
quick here. Just
Telepathic connections.
gonna head back to camp. I've got
But it
nothing
doesn't
on
turn
me.
you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow. Hard to say, but there's a lot we don't. When Master, whatever he found there,
Okay, I'm over this
he didn't
conversation.
make it back. I think so. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned, and perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
I'll just...
Thank you. I wish I could tell. All I can say. Good luck out there.
Sure, we'll go find Halsin and whatever.
I think Beth would be mad if we didn't.
I mean, if we're gonna be causing chaos, he's probably not gonna want to stay with us. Nor will Karlach or Will.
Oh, I do like Will. I was gonna try and romance Will. What if we can make Will change his alignment?
I mean, if we attack the Grove, they will be gone. Those 3.
Oh.
If we don't attack the Grove. I mean, you can do evil stuff later. But that's the thing that will get them to leave.
I'm scared to attack the Grove because there's a lot of them.
Almost. It's made from
Oh,
pure...
you're talking to Will.
But that story is reserved for lifetime by
Did
all
you go to
means.
camp to talk to Will?
I did.
Oh.
I went to camp specifically to drop stuff off so that they don't keep looking at me for stolen goods.
Oh, touche.
You know
So
you don't
far,
need
I've been
go
able
camp
to
do
talk
that.
myself out of it for a long time, but
You know you don't have to go to camp to drop stuff off there.
I did not know that though.
You can just right click on it and send to camp from the
Good to
context
know.
menu.
Well, I came to get Will anyway, so.
Yeah.
Decisions. I would like to still have access to druids and the Grove, so maybe chaos outside of that. I think.
Ooh, no, Witch Bolt. I like Witch Bolt. Okay.
But also, I really don't like Kaga.
Kaga. We can kill Kaga. Like we can like not right now, but like there's a whole thing with Kaga and we can deal with her
at a later date.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's deal with her at a later date. I'm gonna keep this in mind, and in my character, it's my urge, my dark urge, and my hatred for her is just gonna grow. So when I see her next, I'm gonna be like, death. Death upon thee!
I do wish I could understand you.
Okay, I guess we try and take the tieflings to safety? Oh, where are you going? I didn't know you could go down here. Oh, there's a bear down here.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe I need more pockets.
What the?
Look at the fish. Why did you look at the fish?
Were you trying to hit a fish?
No, I was trying to distract the bear.
Oh.
Cast invisibility. Amazing. Oh, I love you, Will.
Oh, there's a chest over here.
Oh, what?
Warlock. Can Warlock change spell slots at any time or spells at any time?
I think Warlock is just on level.
Okay.
Here, sorry, I'll let you live it. I clicked it, but I didn't take anything.
It's okay. Ooh. A scroll. And gold. Let's go. Is there
As much
anything
as I'd
else
love to
this
take
way?
invisibility, I feel like a hold person might be more useful.
I know I almost took hold person.
That's saved my ass so many times before. I think I'll do that.
There's this roof.
It saved me in D&D so far. Okay.
Do we want to save the child from the harpies?
Yes. Wait. What child?
The tiefling.
Oh, didn't we already save her?
Not that. No, from harpies. A different child.
Oh, different child. So many child. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't think we did this last time. They're here?
Yep.
Oh, the singing.
Wait for Ash, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
hold on. I'm trying to decide what familiar to give Will. I was gonna just give him an animal, but the
Yeah, I don't
imp
think I
can
did this last
fly
time.
and turn invisible and sting enemies, and that's a lot of things. He gets an imp. Sorry, Will.
There's a dog barking, and it's making our dog bark.
Oh no. Do you like the little harmony that's going on in the background?
Yeah, those are the harpies.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna let the dog out and try and distract her a little bit.
Okay.
Smart. Alright, I did get a whole bunch of potions of healing for us, but I'm gonna keep them hidden away until we get out of here.
Yes.
Or unless we need to immediately use them. Which will only work if I'm not already in battle, but... Alright, yes. Kaga, Swamp Docks Tree, Meet Me Alone, Oladon. Got it.
I think after this little area, we're gonna call it a night.
Makes sense. We've caused some trouble.
Oof. Yeah, I don't think we did this last time. I really don't remember the harpies at all. Because I remember the one child that we saved from... Well, we didn't save it last time.
But it's fine. Everything is fine.
Yeah.
I have a feeling if I start stealing with Will watching me, he's gonna get mad, so...
Yeah.
I won't do that right now. It's fine.
He's probably gonna be like, what are you doing?
That's the other reason for me to just bring Shadowheart along instead, I guess, but, you know. It's fine. And his spells are useful. He can just... save me.
A pretty
Meow,
useful
meow.
guy.
Hi, bud.
Meow meow.
Hold on.
Your zoo is acting up right now.
Oh my god. Oh my god, you're an idiot.
What happened?
I'm scared. Have you learned your lesson? Eat spicy chips, gets head stuck in bag. Stupid.
Oh my god, Panda. Phantom is very concerned.
Did he eat spicy chips? That's so funny.
Oh my god.
He ate spicy chips?
No, we heard cat screaming in the other room, and so like Panda, I went running in there like what happened? Did she like fall or hurt herself or something? No, she tried to stick her head into Beth's little bag of like sun chips. And her head got stuck in the bag.
Oh,
she couldn't get it off. She was like the bag on her head screaming. Poor thing, but like so stupid.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Come
Beth just walks
on.
in and goes, have you learned your lesson yet?
Never.
Maybe that's why we don't try to eat the spicy chips. I don't know. Oh my god, that was so funny. I was worried for a second there, but now it's just hilarious. Okay, I gotta figure out where y'all went.
Oh, my desk is a mess. I'm just glad she didn't. My water bottle was open, so I'm glad she didn't knock it over.
Or like fall off. Cats may be graceful, but not usually when there's something on their head. Okay, where are we? I'm gonna come to you. All right. Here we go.
Where the harpies are.
Okay.
Harpies.
Not
Okay,
like
well, that wasn't helpful for me. It's fine. I'm coming. And I'm bringing back up.
Back up.
All right, I do have a
I
couple of
will.
non-stolen healing potions on me should we need them, but there's also a bunch back at camp now.
I'm
For no
moving
reason,
forward.
but I definitely didn't just steal from the healer.
Investigate the beach. Okay. Oh, they just popped out of nowhere.
Ungroup, come down here. I will hide and come over here. Because I know how this is going to go.
Your favorite drownings will take place in shallow water. Just a slice of the ankle tendons.
My favorite drownings. Oh my gosh. Listen quietly. Oh god, if I just don't do anything, is Will gonna hate me? Maybe. Hold on.
Hear it? It's so peaceful.
I don't hear anything. Come back to the shore. Yeah, I want to focus and try to hear what he hears.
Above the waves, beckoning you, drowning out.
Do
all
you though?
logical
Do you
thought.
really?
Close your
afraid I
eyes
don't
and
have
listen
calm
to
emotions
song.
going right now,
Struggle
so
against the basic pull.
The suffocating yearning suddenly fades as the spell breaks. You are free.
Get back, it's a trick. Or leave. We'll save him, because... No! Well, shit, alright. Go.
You want to listen? Just a little closer.
yeah, that's what I thought. Sweet.
Ooh! Oh, actual...
Yes, everything's gonna be fine.
Well, alright, I actually got lured, so thankfully I sent one of my people out of range.
Oh!
Matt.
Hey, Oh! How in the heck? Oh, one is right in front of me. Okay. I'm lured. Oh my gosh.
Thankfully, I'm very charismatic. You'd better hope it stays that way.
I have disadvantage
You know
just
what?
because I'm
Do
lured.
it. Do it. I need to come here and say will, so you know. That's right, you shoved that heartbeat.
I shoved her so hard. As hard as I could. Oh, sheesh.
Rude of you. Extremely rude.
Yeah, we never did this last time. This is fun.
I thought that I would, you know, help things by getting over here to start, but apparently no, the answer is it does not help.
God damn stupid water.
Shallow water.
Okay, which one? That one. No.
Oh, we need to get her to stop singing so he doesn't
Yes,
die.
that's what I'm trying to do.
I see.
I believe I have
Okay, bitch.
something that will be useful for that if I can get close enough. I believe.
And I can't do anything else.
I have something that might help, at least. But I have to, you know, not be running away first, so.
Are you dead ass? Alright.
Okay, cool. I resisted. Got it.
I did not. Oh no, Will.
Oh, for the love of God. You were supposed to come and help.
He said I'm going
You were
the other
supposed to
way.
have charisma. God damn. Anyway, I put the one to sleep, so just gotta get the rest.
Okay, which one's singing now? That one?
The one right next to me.
Where's did he get? Okay, he got away.
Oh, my butt. Can't do nothing.
Girl, you need your mage armor.
Oh, I forget to cast it every time. Fridge.
Fortunately, I can't cast sleep again, so what can I do?
Yeah, do I have mage armor?
You do not.
I don't. So that's the next
It would
thing
be
I
one
need
of
to
your
get.
spells on your like in the middle section.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that woke it up, so that sure was a choice.
Mm.
So, potion of speed it is. Would you stop that? Oh, Will's dead.
Can I actually get both of them with this cleave? They're standing kind of. Can't. Hopefully this just hits enemies. I'm pretty sure it just hits enemies.
Nice. I'm also like ducking, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. That
There you
one's
go.
technically
Dazed.
still
Dazed
alive,
is good.
but
We love dazed.
anyway, what I was gonna say when I came back up here was that the dog was barking because one of our neighbors is playing music so loudly that it's upsetting a dog in another yard.
Oh my gosh. At 9 p.m.?
So that dog is barking.
Alright, got one. Love that potion of speed. That's a good thing.
Nice. Only 2 more.
I will head to you and we'll loot the harpy afterwards. Gonna try to, stabilize Will first.
Yeah.
No, this isn't right.
Let's go, Beth. Yeah, get that potion.
No! Away.
Bro, I thought you were gone. What are you doing
Go away,
here?
idiot child! Go away, idiot
God,
child! Oh my
Lord.
god. You're back up, friend. I can't heal you anymore anyway, so... Can I... Disengaged? Nope, that was stupid. Okay. Oh well.
Oh, I got
Oh no.
It's alright, Will's up! Will's up, but he can do nothing. Nope, he can take a healing potion so he doesn't die.
Hey.
huge.
I love charisma.
Oh, it's a 50-50 shot with me right now. Oh no.
What was that?
What do you mean I can't get close enough to witch bolt. That seems incorrect. Yeah, thank you. That's what I thought.
That's not right. Okay, 11?
Yeah.
Witch's bolt. Like it. Oh.
Stabilize. Good job.
Oh my gosh. My luck.
Sneak attack, baby. Seems my potion of speed is over. Oh well. Can I...
Child, go away.
Throw?
Run away.
I don't think I have an action to throw. Yeah, I can't. Okay.
Yeah, throw is an action.
Oh. Oh no.
It's alright. I'm about to kill it.
Yes, and I have Scroll of Revive. Just in case, Beth. I hope you get a Oh, you have 2 positives. I was looking, I thought it was on the negative side.
Alright. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and let it have the attack of opportunity so that I can get... Yeah, that's what I thought. So I can get the actual proper shot for this.
Nice. Kid, better come and stabilize me. Why are you running back to the water? Why did he run back to the water? That was...
No prayers needed. On my way.
Gotcha, Beth.
All right. Everybody come relatively close to me, I think.
Oh.
There you go.
Nice.
All right. Gonna loot some friggin' harpies.
Those 2 have nothing. Kid, why are you running? Why are you pacing back and forth?
He's waiting for someone to talk to him.
I got it.
Are they gone?
Go back to your parent.
I'm a harpy, but I feel like there was something in their nest. There are bones in their nest. Cool. Yeah, sure.
I said, stop your sniffling. There's... Run back to your parents. There are scarier things than harpies.
Color spray.
Crazy, that was just quite on the other side of apparently a peaceful area.
Everything is fine and normal. I remember there's a spot over here where there's some treasure. I go hop skipping across here.
I was wondering why it looked like this. I was like, this seems like something would be over here. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the main camp. The heck is this way? Oh, that's where the music girl is.
Alfira.
Yep. Alfira.
I'll take it. 64 gold on the
scare me
crossbow.
like that again, and I'll feed you to a knoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
You were almost
Our
not
little
fine.
Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
Nice.
I will meet again under better circumstances. I saved your daughter. Got anything more than a thanks for me?
You got anything for me? Well,
No more light-fingered antics.
Yeah, I
The Nine Hells
absolutely
will
can
sooner
get there. What
freeze
do you
over.
mean I can't get there? I came from
We'll
there. I
try.
know I can get there.
Heck yeah.
I was fine.
Folk Heroes, Snake Whisper. Let's go! Yay! I've never done that before. It said complete.
Huzzah!
Huzzah. Alright.
Man, I wish I'd let Will turn me invisible. I could sneak in here and steal this.
Okay. On that note...
Yeah, it'll be gone and no one will have any idea. It'll be perfect. I mean, they'll know it's gone, but they won't know why. I won't do it. I want to keep Will, at least for a bit.
Alright. We're gonna call it a day here. But next time, we'll finish up this area and head to the next. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yay! Thank you for games. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, thanks for having us. I'm gonna come over here so that Will can talk to animals next time. I gave him talk to animals just for this cow.
Oh, because the cow's so funny. I remember the cow. Alright, let's see. Okay. Let's see who is live. Excuse me. The one person we've been raiding into is live, like every time. So I think today we're just gonna end. We're just gonna end. Just gonna call it. But thank you guys for being here. I greatly appreciate it. I will probably be live next week. Mayhaps we'll throw something else fun in there. I'll let you know. I updated my YouTube, and in my YouTube, I post unboxing videos. I'm gonna be posting these playthroughs if it's okay with my wife's. And yeah, I hope to see you guys next time. I can't wait to get more through these chaos run. It will become more chaos-y. All right. We'll get there. All right. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.